Hello friends, greetings of the day. Welcome to the online session of business economics. Friends, you know that we are learning chapter number 3, that is theory of production and cost. Now in this session we are learning unit number 2, that is theory of cost. Until now we have completed the meaning of cost, various types of cost analysis, and now in this particular session we are going to learn various concepts related to average cost. So let us begin with average fixed cost. Now this is very much simple for you to understand, that average fixed cost. Now in order to find out average of anything, we need to divide the total by the outputs. So average fixed cost is the total fixed cost divided by the number of units of output produced. By the formula we can present it like this: average fixed cost is equal to total fixed cost divided by the quantity. Here you can mention quantity or number of units, anything, the answer will be equal. So total fixed cost divided by quantity, or total fixed cost divided by number of units. This will give you average fixed cost. Now what will be the curve of average fixed cost? Let us see. Curve of average fixed cost, it will slope downward throughout the length, but it will never touch x-axis because average fixed cost can never be zero. Let us see how the curve appears. See, this is the curve of average fixed cost. It will go on decreasing throughout its length, but it will never touch this x-axis. Average fixed cost curve is downward sloping. Now if they ask you the shape of this average fixed cost curve, this is known as rectangular hyperbola. The shape is rectangular hyperbola or convex to the origin. Now from this particular point, if we see this curve, it looks convex, so it is known as convex to the origin or rectangular hyperbola curve. So average fixed cost curve is a downward sloping, that you need to remember. Second thing you need to remember is its shape. Its shape is rectangular hyperbola or convex to the origin. It will never touch x-axis, it will never touch here, because average fixed cost can never be zero. Next one is average variable cost. Now what do we mean by average variable cost? Again, it is very much simple. Total variable cost divided by the number of units. So average variable cost is the total variable cost divided by the number of units, that is average variable cost. By the formula we can present like this: total variable cost divided by quantity, or you can mention number of units. So we will get average variable cost. What will be the curve of average variable cost? It will first fall, then reach a minimum, and then again start rising. Let us see how it appears. Yes, this is average variable cost curve. First it falls, then reaches to the minimum point, and then again starts rising. So this is average variable cost curve. Now if we look at the shape of this curve, it simply looks the tick mark curve, tick mark, or we can say this is Nike shape. But in our module it is said that average variable cost curve is U-shaped curve. So we have to remember that average variable cost curve is U-shaped curve. Next is average total cost curve. Now this is again very much simple, average total cost. Now what do we mean by average total cost? Average total cost is total cost divided by number of units. So average total cost, it can also be given with the sum of average variable cost and average fixed cost. If we make average fixed cost and average variable cost and then we get summation of this, then also average total cost can be arrived at. Average total cost curve, it will first fall, then it will reach to the minimum and then it will start rising. Thus average total cost curve is also U-shaped curve. Let us see how it becomes U-shaped. Yes, this is average total cost curve. It will first fall, then reach the minimum point and then it will start rising. So this is average total cost curve. Then comes marginal cost. Before learning the marginal cost curve, we need to understand what do we mean by marginal. Friends, you know very well, marginal, whenever we talk about marginal, it means additional one. So marginal cost is the additional cost of producing one additional unit. Let us see, marginal cost is the additional cost of producing an additional unit of output. When we produce one more unit and the cost of that one more unit is considered as marginal cost or additional cost. Now marginal cost curve first falls as output increases. As we start increasing the production, marginal cost curve will fall at the beginning, and then after reaching to a minimum level it will again start rising. So this happens because of what? Do remember, this happens because of law of variable proportion. As we know that according to the law of variable proportion, the marginal production increases first. After marginal production increases, it will reach to the maximum and then it will start decreasing. So this is the opposite of marginal production. Marginal cost is the opposite of marginal production. So when marginal production increases, marginal cost will be decreasing. When marginal production is at the maximum, marginal cost will be at the minimum. And then when marginal production starts decreasing, the marginal cost will start increasing. See, the fact that marginal product rises first, then reaches maximum, then declines, ensure that marginal cost curve of the firm declines first. When marginal production was rising, marginal cost will be declining. When marginal production reaches the maximum, marginal cost reaches the minimum, and when marginal production is decreasing, the marginal cost will be rising. Now in other words, marginal cost curve is also U-shaped curve. Let us see marginal cost curve. This is marginal cost. Marginal cost decreases first, reaches to the minimum and then starts rising. Now this is the mirror image of marginal production. Here we can put marginal production. Marginal production increases first, then here it has reached the maximum, and then it will start decreasing. So it is totally the opposite of marginal cost. So marginal production increases, marginal cost decreases. Marginal production maximum, marginal cost minimum, and then marginal production decreases, then marginal cost increases. So this is the curve of marginal cost. Now friends, in your examination they will ask you this kind of table. This is very much important, and from this particular table they can ask so many questions. Let us see how this table will be working. In this particular table you will be given only two columns. First column of unit of output, and second you will be given the column of total cost. From these two columns you have to prepare the full table. How it will work, let us see. So for example, Units are given here: unit 0, then 6, 16, 29, 44, 55 and 60. The number of units are given, and in front of each number of unit the total cost is given. See here, in front of 0 unit the total cost is 150. What does this mean? It means that the total cost here at the 0 unit of output will be the fixed cost. Why? Because we know that at 0 unit of output variable cost is always a 0. So whatever total cost is here, that will be our fixed cost. So at 0 unit of output total cost is 150, so the fixed cost is 150. Let us go ahead. Total cost is again given 200, then at 16 unit it is 250, then 300, then 350, then 400 and 450. Now these two columns will be given. Out of these two columns we have to prepare the full table. Now it is very much simple for you, because now you know that whatever is given here at 0 unit of output 150 is total cost. It means that 150 will be the fixed cost, because at 0 unit of output variable cost is always 0. So we have to put 150 at the fixed cost. Here 150 is fixed cost, but you also know that fixed cost is always fixed. So for all the units of output fixed cost will remain 150, so we can write down 150 here. So for every unit 150 is the fixed cost. Now it is very much simple to find out the variable cost, because total cost minus fixed cost will become variable cost. This is total cost 150 minus fixed cost 150, variable cost will be 0. Again you know that at 0 unit of output variable cost is 0. Now let us find out for 6 units. For 6 unit of output 200 minus 150, that will be 50. At 16 units it is 100, 300 minus 150 it will be 150, 350 minus 150 that is 200, and then it is 250 and 300. So we have found out the variable cost also. Now let us find out average fixed cost. You know that average fixed cost is equal to fixed cost divided by quantity. So fixed cost is given here 150 divided by quantity is 0. 150 divided by 0, answer will be nothing, because anything divided by 0 will be 0. Then 150 divided by 6, answer is 25.0. 150 divided by 16, 9.38. Then 150 divided by 29, 5.17. 150 divided by 44, 3.41. 150 divided by 55, that is 2.73. 150 divided by 60, that is 2.50. Now friends, you can see the shape of the curve, how it will appear. You can see that average fixed cost decreases first, then it goes on decreasing until it reaches to the minimum, but it will never touch x-axis. So average fixed cost curve is rectangular hyperbola shaped, as we learned just now, and it is also called convex to the origin. Now let us see how average variable cost curve is found out. Average variable cost, you know that variable cost divided by quantity. So variable cost is given here, 0 divided by 0, nothing will be there. Then 50 divided by 6, that is 8.33. Then again 100 divided by 16, that is 6.25. Then 5.17. Then 200 divided by 44, that is 4.55. then 250 divided by 55, that is 4.55, and then 5.00. Now you can see the behavior of average variable cost. Average variable cost starts decreasing, and here it reaches to the minimum point, and after reaching to the minimum point it again starts increasing. So this cost curve, average variable cost curve, will be U-shaped curve. And then comes average total cost. Average total cost, again it is total cost divided by quantity. Total cost is given here 150 divided by quantity 0, answer will be nothing, that is dash. Then total cost 200 divided by 6, that is 33.33, then 15.63, then 300 divided by 29, it is 10.34, then 7.95, 7.27, and then 7.50. So these are all average total cost. Again you can see the behavior of average total cost. Average total cost starts decreasing, it reaches to the minimum, and then again starts increasing. So you can see that it is also U-shaped curve. Then comes marginal cost. As you know that marginal cost is cost of producing one additional unit. Now in order to find out cost of producing one additional unit, the formula is delta TC. Delta TC, that is change in total cost, upon delta Q, that is change in quantity. Delta total cost upon delta quantity. So from that formula we can find out the marginal cost. At first 0, this is dash. Now from delta TC, that is change in total cost, how much is the change in total cost? 200, 150, so change is 50. 50 divided by what is the change in quantity? That is 6. So 50 divided by 6 is 8.33. Then again the difference is 50. 250 minus 200 is 50, but the difference in quantity is 10. So 50 divided by 10 is 5. Then again 50 divided by 13, that is 3.85. Then 50 divided by 15, that is 3.33. 50 divided by 11, 4.55, and it will be 10, because 50 divided by 5 is 10. So these all are the marginal cost. Now let us see the behavior of marginal cost. Marginal cost starts decreasing, then at this particular point this reaches to the minimum 3.33, and then again starts increasing. So marginal cost curve is also first decreases, reaches to the minimum, and then starts increasing. So this is also a U-shaped curve. Now let us see all the curve together. Short run average cost curves. This is average fixed cost curve. This is average variable cost curve. This is marginal cost curve, and this is average total cost curve. Now in your examination you will be asked the relationship between this marginal cost and average total cost. Three relations are there. First, relationship between average cost and marginal cost. Do remember these 3 points. These are very much important points. First relation is when both decreases. Both means marginal cost and average cost. When both of them are decreasing, at that time marginal cost is less than average cost. At that time marginal cost is less than average cost. Let us see from the curve. Yes, the curve are here. See, this is average cost curve. Average cost is decreasing. At the same time marginal cost is also decreasing, but the marginal cost is below average cost. So it means that marginal cost decreases faster than the average cost. Marginal cost decreases faster than the average cost. Second relation, when average cost is minimum, marginal cost is equal to average cost. Once again, when average cost is minimum, marginal cost is equal to average cost. Let us see how. Here it is given again through the curve. When average cost is minimum at this particular point, marginal cost cuts average cost. It means that marginal cost and average cost are equal. So when average cost is minimum, marginal cost will be equal to average cost. And then again the third relationship, when both increase, marginal cost is higher than average cost. When average cost is also increasing and marginal cost is also increasing, at that time marginal cost will be higher than average cost. Let us again see the curve. Yes, this is average cost is increasing and marginal cost is increasing, both of increasing, but marginal cost is above average cost. It means that marginal cost increases faster than the average cost. So from this we can conclude that when average cost and marginal cost both are decreasing, marginal cost decreases faster. When both are increasing, marginal cost increases faster. So in both the situation, marginal cost is faster than the average cost. At the point of minimum, this is average cost is minimum. At that time, marginal cost is equal to average cost. This point, when average cost is minimum and marginal cost is equal to average cost, this point is known as a point of full capacity utilization or efficient scale of output, or this is the optimum point, because at this particular level the capacity of the production will be fully utilized. So do remember that when average cost is minimum and marginal cost is equal to average cost, this point is known as optimum point, or point of full capacity utilization, or point of optimum utilization, or this is known as efficient scale of output. Once again, this is efficient scale of output because at this point the production capacity is fully utilized. Now these are important points that you need to remember from this curves. As we know, we have learned the relationship between average cost and marginal cost. So thank you for now. Goodbye.